All right, this is my wife's 2019 Honda Insight. I drove it the other day, and even though I live in North Carolina, have for the last 30 years, I do have to use my horn from time to time, and this one's horn is pathetic. So, I've seen videos on replacing the horn, and they were lengthy. This one will not be. I'm gonna put these in. They are hella, yeah, yellow and blue. I have no idea. I think they're supposed to be a lower tone. I have a set of red ones. I don't know if the color makes much difference as far as their notes or anything, but they're very high and Euro sounding. Those are in the RAV4. I've added a low G, just a standard horn to that one. They're loud. Hopefully these won't need an additional horn. I'll be hooking it up with a relay in case it does need a horn. The relay will already be there, and I'll show you how to do the relay. They're amazing little things. I'm assuming I'll have a spare port here in the here in the fuse box. I haven't even looked. I can tap into. I'll add a fuse because burning wires are never a good thing in a car. Alright, first things first, you have these little tabs in here. No big deal. They come out with like a little flathead screwdriver, or since I'm lazy, just using a pocket knife. And I'll be doing this with two hands here in a minute once I put the camera down. But you just pull this piece out. There, see? Easy as pie. It allows these little tabs to compress, and then it slides out of the hole. So I'll get those out. Nobody needs to see the whole thing, right? Alright, got all those out. And before I pull this plate off, I'll give you a quick horn demo. The Honda, no idea what this is looking at right now. Me. The Honda has a single horn, which is, I think, rare. Most cars have two. Anyway, this is what the whole thing sounds like. Yeah. Pretty sure a thumb bell on a bicycle is louder. Okay, so the part removed, the panel that covers this up, from videos I've seen, the long-winded ones, 10mm bolts. There, I can't really remember if I need to pull these plates off and hit these 10mm as well, and that'll allow the nose to flex. Matter of fact, yes, I do, because I think the whole nose, this little trim section right here is separate, which is kind of nifty. But that'll come off, and that'll give us access to the horn, which should be down below here somewhere. Alright, I just did a horn test. Factory horn, I don't know if it recorded, something went wrong. Anyway, try it again. Let's put that in. Single note, single horn. I don't know what they're trying to do, save weight, to save fuel economy by losing the weight of a horn. Pretty sure a hamburger weighs the same. Alright, looks like I do have to take off these extra little panels on the side. This Milwaukee doesn't have a lot of guts, but it's enough to break loose. The 10 mils that hold that on. And yeah, a few more push pins, a few more along the nose. I missed one. Anyway, I missed another over there. Oh, crap, I was going to turn off my fan while I recorded so you wouldn't have that noise in the background. Well, tough, I didn't. Alright, you got a little tab right here on each side. Push down with a screwdriver, makes it a heck of a lot easier, and then this whole piece comes out. Alright, I got a little tab right here on each side. Push down with a screwdriver, makes it a heck of a lot easier, and then this whole piece comes out. Alright, you got a little tab right here on each side. Push down with a screwdriver, makes it a heck of a lot easier, and then this whole piece comes out. Here's your void. I skipped where I took off the horn. Sorry, it was there. If you can't see it and don't recognize it, then Jesus, don't fucking do this. Ended up having to take off the hood latch. When you put these back on, I don't know, there's some adjustment. There's ovals. Just look at the marks that are on it and put it back where those marks were, and your hood will probably close right. Or it'll fly up when you're driving down the road. Joke's on you. Alright, so these are the taps I use. Can you see that? It's one of these. It's a vampire tap, but it's not that parallel blue one. Those parallel blue ones are terrible. I did car stereo for, 15 years or something, a long time. Did a lot of alarms, custom stuff, and these guys fail so rarely, whereas the blue parallel style fail pretty much constantly. Anyway, yeah, these guys are good. Just need a regular old pair of pliers, and not even snap-on. Whoa. Yeah, so when you put the male connector on top of that, it also helps hold it shut. So yeah, they almost never fail. Plus, this is simply the trigger at this point. This will not be powering the horns. The relay will. Alright, so we're going to make a connection. Let's see what I do with it. I've already lost it. Oh, here it is. I'm going to take one of these fuse holders, put about a 10 or 15 amp fuse in that, put a terminal on it, and hook it to a constant. Your horn should be on a constant circuit, not an ignition circuit. So all of these are 12 volts. So pick one. Imagine down in here is also 12 volts. Yep. I've seen ways to tack to some of these. That's a 12 volt constant down there. I don't like those. I don't like those methods. So I'll be putting a ring terminal on my fuse, and I'll run the wire out somewhere inconspicuous and wire loom it up so it looks like this guy, more or less. Alright, fuse holder. If you're not using crimpers that look like this, using the ones where they have the crimp pieces right here, the auto parts store piece of crap crimpers, just don't. These are, what are they? Ideals. Yeah, they can do all the stuff for you. Get rid of the cladding there, whatever the hell it's called. I know there's a lot of ways that people say to crimp. You're supposed to crimp with this. I don't know if this is showing up at all, no clue. Right on the seam right there, and crimp down hard. Ain't never gonna happen right. I crimp on the opposite side. If I'm real concerned about it, I'll tin it. But yeah, I pretty much destroyed that, but that's what these guys do. They do a good crimp. Next. Alright folks, drink Busch Light. Thanks Marty. Here's your fuse holder. Sometimes they tuck inside the whole fuse holder. This one I'm going to leave hanging out. And I put a little wire right there. I've cut the, let's see, what is that? Cover. Where's the cover? Why can't I find anything in this mess? Oh, there it is, right there. Blends right in. Snipped a little bit out right there. Just, yeah, if I went back at it with a soldering iron, and I think I will, just to smooth the edges, that would probably be a good idea. Alright, I don't know if you can tell, but I hit it with the soldering iron, so it's smoother edge, less likely to chew through. Plus, of course, that tape I put on there, help protect it. Another tip and trick: if you're doing crimps using good crimpers, spin your wires. Spin them tight so they don't fray out when you're putting them in the crimp connection. And so I apologize for my thumbnail. It is a mess. I've got something going on. Where was I? Yeah, anyway, spin your wires. Makes the crimp better. Trust me. Don't tin your wires and then crimp them. Just don't do it. Bad idea. Alright. Wire loom. It's not necessary really, but it keeps things looking fairly factory. Kind of blends in with wire loom. and it gives you a little abrasion. I'm going to wire tie it up so it's not moving around unless things move, and in a car wires move, everything vibrates, not in a good way. So I'll wire tie this up, but we've got our wire, and I didn't go over how to use wire loom. The wire's back in there. Some people get real frustrated by trying to use it. Don't need those anymore. It's a technique, and maybe I'll make a video on how to do wire loom one day. It's really, really easy if you've got the right way to do it. Alright, they sent a Hella relay, little ice cube relay. I normally use Bosch. I just like those. We've used them for years. This Hella has been modified so you can't screw up and hook it to the normally closed side. Normally closed is from this. Hang on, you can't see that, sorry. Normally closed is from this contact to that one in the middle that's been cut off. Normally open is from this contact to this outside one, and it is controlled by the coil. When you energize the coil, it connects those two. When you de-energize the coil, it connects those two, where that has been trimmed off. This one has not been trimmed off. That's your standard ice cube relay from Bosch. Super handy. You can make all kinds of just simple circuits with it. Love it. Anyway, using theirs. See if it's any good. Alright, so the old horn relay feeds this 12 volts on really thin wire. Now it's just a trigger for this relay. I'll show you in a second how that hooks up. Alright, don't know if you can see this. Drill, wire. I don't want to lose current, so I'm going to give each one a feed from the other side of the relay. Keeps it nice and neat. Added a ground. I do, what is it, a loop, ring terminal, crimped on, one screw through it, one screw beside it, and then hit it with a little bed liner because that was sitting on the workbench. And we have 3 grounds, 2 for each, well, 1 for each of the 2 horns and 1 for the relay. Input, heavy gauge, output, 1 per horn. Yes, I've had a few bush lights. And oh yeah, I can edit. Alright, here we go. We have our source, our output. This is a ground, and this is the old horn trigger right here. Hope that helps. So this will be fed 12 volts when we press the horn. Go ahead and hit it and see if it clicks. Yeah, go ahead. That'd be you. You hitting it? Yeah. Uh-oh, that's no good. Huh. Well, go ahead and hit the brake and hit the start, and then hit the horn. I wonder if this is not grounded. Well, it's in my pocket. It should be close enough.
It's not close enough.
There we go. All right. Everything's turning. All right, hit it. Oh, lame sauce. The heck. It should be all the time. All right. All right, ditch the Hella relay because it's not hooked up like a Bosch. I didn't realize this. You see these, let me hide my horrible thumbnail, sorry. 85 and 86 are the coil that draws things in. This, let's see, here's 85. This should be 86, but it's not. That is 30. 85 and 86 are these two, which, if you've used Bosch relays, doesn't make a damn lick of sense. So this is why people light their cars on fire by using stupid relays. It's garbage. so it's contrast. All right. Oh, that hurts. Nice. I slipped the wires through the edge of the radiator and set the relay right there, just behind whatever structure that is, keeping it out of the weather a little bit more. These guys, one's bolted to the factory mount, one is bolted to under this part, and then I kind of crammed it down because it was sitting proud, and we may end up with a Dremel or something getting this piece to fit, but we know we can get that piece in. So there you go. Now put everything back together the way you took it out, and if you need a video on that, don't start this project. Alright, this is where the internet's going to turn against me. I had to cut a little of this plate out. There's another piece that goes over it. It should be invisible, and I was too lazy to get the Dremel tool bits out, so I used a hacksaw from Milwaukee, and that's what happened right there. But screw it. It's a Honda. Who cares?